Okay, today I'll be teaching you how to meditate Zen style. Okay, I'll show you how, and then I'll give you a few tips on how to make it easier, more fun, etc. So, first thing is we need to make sure we're comfortably sat down. It can be in a regular chair, preferably not leaning back. Rather, you want to sit on the edge of the chair, feet planted on the ground. Or you can sit cross-legged the way I'm sitting now, or you can sit Zazen style, which is actually the original version of how Zen was done, or is still done in the classical Zen monasteries, and that is when you sit on your feet, and let me show you how it's done. Just put one foot on top of the other, and then just sit back. You get 3 points of balance, so if you're comfortable like this, you can actually literally fall asleep and not fall. But that is more challenging for most people than is worth the effort, so let's just assume you're sitting down and practicing comfortably. The next thing you need to do is focus on 5 out of the 7 points I'll be teaching you, or 6 or 7 if you feel that you can still escape somewhere in your mind, despite the fact if you're holding 5 or 6 points. So if you need more points, I'll be giving you all 7. The first point, hands in your lap, left in right for men, right in left for women. Don't ask me why, it's Chinese. And you just pull them in and out until your thumbs meet. Super, super gently. Okay, the more gentle the touch, the more you'll need to be attentive to hold it in place. And that's the whole point. You want to distract your mind away from anything else but what we decided should be focused on. Okay, that's the whole point of meditation. Refocusing our super effective mind only on what we want to, and thus training it that we are the bosses. So 1, thumbs touching. 2, tongue touching up against the palate, between the teeth and the palate for the first point, and if that becomes too easy over time and you can forget it, which is a bad thing during meditation, then look for the point that's straight up on the palate, or up and back for more advanced practitioners. The third point you want to focus on is the feeling of the air coming in and out, either through the nose or through the mouth. You can hold your mouth as if you have a straw in your mouth in case your nose is clogged up, and it'll give you a very clear feeling of the air going in and out. The fourth point to focus on is your breath, counting your breaths. Every time you inhale and exhale, it's 1, inhale, exhale, 2, etc. Don't breathe in order to count. Count your natural breaths. Be the observer. Our purpose is not to manage our breaths in this case. Our focus is on shifting our mindset. So the body should just be as it is. Otherwise, you're not really allowing yourself to become quiet. You're actually managing the noise. It's not the same. So 1, 2, feeling the air. 3, counting your breath. 4, 5. Every time you reach the count of 10 breaths, you start again from 1. So 1 to 10, 1 to 10, 1 to 10, 1 to 14. Oops, no more, no worries. Just start again. 1 to 10, etc. And the extras. Number 6, seek for a spot somewhere down and in front of you that will keep your neck straight and your eyes focused, and don't forget to blink. And number 7, smile. I find that to really increase the pleasure of the practice when you do that. So that's my favorite point. Anyway, these are the 7 points. You just need to focus on 5, 6, or 7 points constantly as you practice. By being the observer, by being focused on these, you're not focused on anything else, and thus your mind starts becoming more and more quiet over time. The first question most people ask is, how long should I practice? And if you ask the textbooks, the classical Zen textbooks that are translated around the world, or the famous masters, they all say more or less an hour a day of practice. And when I send my patients to practice an hour a day, they never came back. And I'm not surprised. In today's modern world, spending a whole hour on something valuable sounds almost ludicrous. And there's an old saying that, a very busy man came to a master of meditation and asked him, how much should he practice? And the master says, an hour a day. And, this busy man says, but I'm a busy man. So the master says, okay, so 2 hours a day. And it's actually not funny. It's a very wise lesson, if you think about it. So, no, an hour a day is not practical, at least for beginners nowadays. And for most people, it will be too much, and you won't hold on to it. If you can't hold on to the practice, you're not really going to gain anything. It's like sports. You don't gain by the one time that you run a marathon what you want. You are counting on the repetitive process that builds your stamina, etc. Same thing with meditation. You want the routine, so it can't be something you can't handle. It can't be a challenge you're not ready for. Over time, you may actually get to the hour a day, and you might find it very, very effective. But for now, the other option that I had in mind was, okay, just go practice 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes a day for sure. And again, my clients left and never came back. And when I asked them why, they said, well, we practiced a few times. It didn't do much, so we stopped. And that's when it hit me that there's actually the sweet spot in the middle somewhere. And the way to get to that sweet spot is to practice long enough that you can feel something happening. Doesn't have to be huge, doesn't have to be, thunderstruck. It's mostly a little more calmness, a little more, at ease inside the body, and the mind a little less chattery. Something that's clear enough so that we can say, we gain something from this practice, so let's continue practicing. Okay? We need those results to keep it up. So make sure you get results. It could be 5 minutes, it could be 2 minutes, it could be 7 minutes, and it could be 15 minutes. It depends on the day. It depends on your need. It depends on where you are in the process. So listen inwards as you practice and find your sweet spot. And over time, you will see that more time is not more challenging. It's actually more opportunity for depth and serious effect of quietening of the mind. A true gift, by the way. Read the article this is attached to for more details. Okay, so that's about the question of how long. Another question is, should we have music in the background or not? When I practice in the group, I very often put some quiet music in the background. It tends to help distract us from the noises of the world itself, and it's usually the kind of music you can't follow in your mind. It's not a familiar tune. That way it doesn't distract. Some people find that music doesn't do it for them, and then, if you're practicing with us in the group and you don't want the music, just shut the voice down. That's, the volume is up to you. Just put the volume down while we practice, and when you see me starting to talk, put it back up if you want to hear what I have to say. But it's something of a question. Sometimes people very much enjoy having, something beautiful running on the screen, like those videos that they have with some of those quiet, relaxing music videos in YouTube. You can actually find ones that have beautiful views changing, slowly, or running water with a waterfall, or all kinds of other beautiful sceneries that can really enhance the experience and bring inspiration into the process. But for some, it's simply a distraction, and it makes it harder for them to actually focus on the practice. So choose your tools according to your capacity and needs. Finding a quiet place, finding a routine. Okay, if every morning at 7 o'clock in the morning, that's your time, do it. Evenings are also an option. I practice at 7 o'clock here, local time, every Tuesday with my regular customers that do that. Some of them actually tend to fall asleep at this hour. It's too late for them. So I'm actually looking for another slot earlier in the day for their sake. It's a personal thing. Make sure you do it in the timing that works for you, and see if you can put it into a routine. It's very important, because just like in physical exercise, if you practice meditation erratically and only once in a while, you'll only gain so much, and it will take ages for you to gain even that. So having a routine makes a big difference in the value and practice of meditation. Keep your eyes open. That's another very tricky thing. Many people find it that, they come in contact with their inner exhaustion when they meditate. Most people don't sleep enough at night nowadays. Well, first of all, sleep better and sleep more. And meditation will actually help sleeping better. But in order for the meditation to work, you need to be alert. So if you're tired, the last thing you need is to close your eyes. The likelihood of you falling asleep then is much higher. And if you don't fall asleep, you'll still just fly away with your imagination, and you really won't be here in the here and now. And one of Zen's greatest benefit is helping us focus into the here and now. I explained that in the post, but it's really something to hold on to and focus on during the practice. You really want to help yourself get into the here and now, into the quiet of the moment. You don't want your eyes closed. You can sit in front of a beautiful view and just gaze, lose your focus. Just try to create a routine in your life around it, and you will see the results much faster. If you have questions, then you might want to actually answer this blog post. This post is meant for a dialogue, so ask your questions freely. If you want to share your experiences, that was very welcome as well. And I truly hope that you will be joining me for the practice, because a group practice of meditation is usually empowering. It is much more powerful when someone holds the space for you, with you, in a group. It's also easier to stick to the practice, especially if your camera is open, when other people are looking at you and you're saying to yourself, oops, I want to get up, I'm tired of this practice, but I'm uncomfortable. Group power. Of course, it's best if you do it within your comfort zone. So you don't really want to stifle your instinct to get up and walk around a bit in the middle if you need to. If you get tired, it's fine to cut whenever you're ready. But it's very often, empowering to do it together. And accountability is also a very strong measure here. Very often, it's not that we don't have the patience for it. It's that we need the right vibe, and the group vibe of meditators can actually help that. So you're more than welcome to join in. And if you're looking for a different slot, you're welcome to tell me so. Again, as a reply to this post, and I'll be able to see how I can accommodate. Okay, we may open different groups with different people leading the groups as well in the future, and so we may be able to shift to hours that are totally out of our zone, like what's in the middle of our night for the group. For those of you who live far away and find my hours to be middle of the night for you, but let's see what we can go from here, where we can go from here, and enjoy your practice.